Hey guys, in this video we're gonna talk about something that I think you should not do, something that I did, which is to work non-stop on a project for 85 hours without coffee, only food, no sleep at all, working non-stop for 85 hours. And then I actually slept for 5 hours and then was up for 20 hours again after that. So total, I was awake for 105 hours with only 5 hours of sleep without coffee. Okay, keep that in mind. I wasn't drinking coffee at that time. Pretty crazy. So don't do this, but I will tell you a little bit about how I did it, why, and why I don't think you should do it. Okay. First of all, the interesting thing about this was that I was told that it's impossible to stay awake for over 3 days in a row, which is 72 hours. I was told it was impossible. It has been shown in a study I had read or heard or something, you know. It's one of these things that you hear, oh, there's been a study made that this and all that. So this tells us something interesting, which you could say is that form follows function. If you really want to do something, you can do it, even if studies say that you can't. Okay, that's super interesting. That's the first and most exciting thing about this story. Okay, it shouldn't be possible, but I was super focused the whole time. I finished the project in time. This episode happened during my studies when I was working on a project that I had to finish, and in the last 4 days of the project, I just started getting into a flow state, a good workflow where I got a lot of really good ideas and the whole project took a different shape. I felt like I had to get all these ideas included in the project. So I just kept working non-stop. I didn't even consider going to sleep. I was so excited about the project. So I was able to sit in front of the computer for 85 hours before I decided to go for sleep. And I actually even had people bring me food. So I didn't even have to take a break for cooking or getting food. It was just served in front of me. Another thing that it shows is that it's possible to do without coffee. That is another exciting thing about this. So most people think, oh, if you have to work late, you have to drink coffee. Well, it can help, but you don't have to. If you're really excited about it, your body will produce the hormones naturally. It will create a hormonal response to support whatever you're doing naturally. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So, as they say, form follows function. So if you ask your body or your mind to do something, it will support you. You just have to have a very clear perception that you're gonna accomplish this task. You see a challenge in front of you and you have to have a very clear perception that you are going to accomplish this. You're going to work through this. Then your body will support you. So that's kind of the moral of the story. And again, I don't think you should do this. Working like this long term comes at a price. I'm just gonna mention again, as I talked about in a previous video, if you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, you're gonna face a burnout at some point, okay? Just know that it's possible to do this in some very rare cases. You can do more than even studies or scientific studies show that you can do. That's the moral of the story. But don't do it every day. Actually, I really want to promote a balanced lifestyle. Like myself, I only work about 8 hours a day. I work about half a day. And then I do recreational stuff on the other half of the day, like going to the gym, relaxing with friends, even just watching YouTube like you're doing right now. Okay? So I do promote a balanced lifestyle, but I just thought I would tell you this story so you can get inspired by how much you're able to do if you really have to and if you really want to, okay? An example of a guy who probably had too much of this work hard attitude, and he just kept pushing and pushing and breaking new records all the time that scientists said would be impossible, is David Goggins, as I talked about in a previous video. He kept pushing for over 10 years, breaking new records all the time, and he didn't look back and said, okay, now it's enough, I've accomplished enough. So he actually burned himself out. He completely crashed, completely burned out physically. His hormonal system just broke down. So he was completely unable to function. So that's what you don't want to do. And that's why I promote a balanced lifestyle. Work hard in the beginning of the day, work focused on things that have an impact in your life. Don't just work mindlessly, have an impact. And then have time for hobbies, friends and family in the second half of your day, and relax and watch YouTube. Watch funny stuff on YouTube, okay? And learn new stuff. So remember, one day of your life is a unit of your life. So building a happy life in general, overall, is all about building a happy day. So you have to think about, oh, what does a happy day need to include to be a good day? And if you figure that out, then you can create a happy life. You need to have like a string of highlights through your day that you like to do, that you look forward to do. And that's one of the reasons I started this YouTube channel, is I want to share my knowledge of studying entrepreneurship or being an entrepreneur for 10 years. And I want to share it with other people. I want to create a community and talk to people, interact. Because we each have a unique set of experiences that we can share to help other people have a better life. So I hope you like this video. Pretty interesting stuff. Don't stay awake for 85 hours. That's crazy, man. But it's possible. See you on the next one.